We got some quite high rare earth numbers coincidental with phosphorus, and what we found is that we looked at our data set that further along strike at our reward tin deposit, we had a whole heap of phosphorus, so we threw in about just under 40 samples into the laboratory to see what we got, and we got some results which plus 1,000 ppm total rare earth oxide.
Hello and welcome to the Assay TV, where today we're joined by Andrew Radonjic, the Managing Director of Venture Minerals. Venture Minerals is focused on advancing its Mount Lindsay Tin-Tungsten Project located in northwest Tasmania. As we know, tin and tungsten have been recognised as critical minerals in the EU and US. So Venture have commenced an underground feasibility study at Mount Lindsay and initiated the next stage of their exploration. Welcome, Andrew. It's good to have you back. We can see it's been a busy couple of months for Venture. Can you just give us a quick update on the underground feasibility study currently happening at Mount Lindsay?
Yeah, look, the work continues on the feasibility study, and certainly a lot of the industry is faced with delays in terms of getting, shortage of people. Laboratories are slow with their assays. So, our network continues to go through the laboratories, but it's sort of, we've got a few minor delays there, but the work continues. So hopefully we'll be able to update the market on that shortly.
Okay, excellent. And can you tell us about the recent discovery of 2 new mineralized skarns?
Yeah, look, we continue our exploration down there at Mount Lindsay, and we've been following up one of those intersections on the Renison mine sequence, which is a long strike to the Australia's only operating tin mine, the Great Renison Bell Tin Mine, which is a world-class asset. So we're just a long strike there, and we're drilling the same zones that they have on there that they've been mining for 130 years. So hoping to make a discovery of a similar size is the plan, but now we're continuing to work there, and hopefully we'll keep the market informed of any success we have there.
So as we all know, it's a very exciting time for critical minerals. How do you see tin and tungsten fitting into that boom in demand for critical minerals?
Well, look, Casey, I was just glad you asked. We were at the part of the Austrade Critical Minerals delegation that visited London just a couple of weeks ago now, and certainly the Australian government is very keen on critical minerals, and the Critical Minerals Office has been up and running for a few years now, and the new strategy that's coming out with the new government is still very keen to be supplying critical minerals like tin and tungsten to Europe and into the US. And it's all part of this achieve these these greenhouse gases, these emissions reductions targets for 2030. Then we need critical minerals to build things that electric vehicles and this trying to electrify everything, all part of this decarbonisation of the world economy, and minerals like tin, which is in solder. As a consequence, your electric vehicle's got a fair bit of tin sitting in it. It's in the anodes of lithium-ion batteries. It's in solar panels, tin foil. So tin is very, very important, and I think the world's starting to realise that. Tungsten, likewise, for defence, aerospace, needs semiconductors. It's tungsten is very, very important, and part of that is because it's also, there's that geopolitical situation with those minerals being controlled by China, and Europe and US wants to decouple away from its dependence on China. So having an asset like Mount Lindsay sitting in a country like Australia is ideal, and pretty much we're looking to harness that support, and the world needs tin and tungsten, which is from a mine that's developed and sourced in a sustainable fashion, and that's what we have there in Tasmania. So Mount Lindsay sits well and truly in that space, Casey. So that's what we're pushing that pretty hard.
And where are you actually drilling for rare earths at Mount Lindsay, and have you found any yet?
Well, look, that drilling which I was just talking about, we intersected an unusual mineral which we got the 9-ton handheld XRF tool and analysed that and in the drill core, and we got some quite high rare earth numbers coincidental with phosphorus, and what we found is when we looked at our data set that further along strike at our reward tin deposit, we had a whole heap of phosphorus, so we threw in about just under 40 samples into the laboratory to see what we got, and we got some, I suppose, some results which plus 1,000 ppm total rare earth oxide is equal to what our colleagues in the rare earth industry are talking about, and it's clay hosted and it's sitting around the tin zone, so it's early days yet, and we're following that up at the moment. But we might have an interesting scenario having some rare earths, being mined at the same time as we're mining our tin. So yeah, it's early days yet, and we've also just got onto another parallel zone, which we're drilling. Also, it's a rare earth and tin target, another different rock host unit, which there are mines in Tasmania that sit within that, tin mines that is, that do sit within that host rock as well. So we've got a little interesting play in the rare earth side happening on the western side of the Mount Lindsay, Mount Lindsay itself. It's in an old alluvial tin field, so yeah, interesting. We're just trying to get more data and trying to evaluate the opportunity.
Excellent. And can you give us an update on the Chalice Mining joint venture at the Southwest project?
Yes, gladly. Look, we announced middle of the year that Chalice had moved on to stage 2, which is spending another $2.5 million between that announcement back in late July, early August through the next 2 years to July 2024, and they're on the ground now spending that money. So there's a couple of new targets there, which potentially magmatic nickel sulfide targets, which they're following up now, getting more detail, trying to pinpoint the target and hopefully follow up with some drilling. But we've also realised the potential. We've got some quite new targets, northern part of Tor, of the Tor trend, which is the Julimar lookalike, and also we have to the west an ultramafic unit we found west of Tor, and to the east in the Odin target. So that we're sort of branching out on 2 fronts, getting some new targets, as well as following up two of the targets they picked up late in their phase 1 of the JV.
Excellent. And is there any update on the rare earth discovery at the Golden Grove North Zinc Copper Gold Project?
Not beyond what we announced just recently. We're looking to potentially drill test that in the new year. So that's probably pretty much the only update we have. It's very interesting to get a very high result, like 12.5% total rare earths in what essentially is a VMS target. So yeah, we're just looking towards trying to secure a rig and people to drill that. Obviously, this time of year it's a little bit more difficult than normal, but we hope to get some update on that in the new year.
Okay, so in terms of plans for 2023, what does Venture have in the pipeline?
Well, look, Venture will obviously be looking to update the market on I suppose, the underground opportunity we have in Mount Lindsay, and give the market an idea in terms of the economics of that scenario. And obviously we're pushing hard in terms of tungsten being a critical mineral, and with the renewable energy that's going through the tenement there at the moment. So we've got access to net zero opportunity there, being on the west coast of Tasmania, which is already net zero. So looking forward to updating the market on that. We still have the Riley Iron Ore project on care and maintenance. So as the price bubbles its way up to $110 now, it's certainly something that's potentially could happen at any time, and we're ready to fire it up quite quickly. We're in a position to do that. So there's a free option, the iron ore, and then we'll continue to explore the rare earth and the tin opportunities at Mount Lindsay, and clearly Chalice will be doing work continue earning to stage 2 of the JV at our Southwest project. So yeah, plenty of news flow, plenty of variety there. As we say, 2 companies for the price of one, explorer and developer. But another very busy year coming up for Venture Minerals.
Well, it does sound like there's a lot ahead for Venture, and we look forward to catching up with you again when you have some more news for us.
Looking forward to it as well, Casey. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.